Well, hello everyone, and welcome to week 13 and 14 of my life as a CTC cadet pilot. Reason why we're rounding up 2 weeks this episode is because I would have recorded week 13 last week, but unfortunately I was unwell last weekend, so it wasn't really practical for me to record a video. So yeah, 3-day weekend last weekend, and I spent all that time getting well. So let's get straight into the 2 weeks roundup. So week 13 and 14, we have now started flight planning and performance. As a matter of fact, I'm recording this on the Monday of week 15, and I can confirm that we have finished flight planning. In terms of the syllabus, we've still got a revision day that we can attend. As well as that, we've done the majority of performance. I'd say we're about halfway, maybe even 2/3 of the way through. And yeah, I'd say a difficulty, flight planning and performance, particularly flight planning. There's a lot of chart reading and basically knowing where to go to find your answer. So in flight planning, we're allowed our Jefferson manual into the exam, which, if you remember, is this bad boy. Basically, the ground school Bible, as I like to call it. I've showed you this in a previous episode, but it was quite a while ago. I think it was when I was doing general navigation in Mod 1, so I'll quickly run through it again. And in flight planning, the title is self-explanatory. You have to be able to plan your flight, identify the best route, and yeah, what routes you can fly and what you can't fly, what to look for on the charts. So, for example, we've got the Jefferson en route altitude charts. You've seen them before. I won't unfold it because they take ages to refold. If we just go along, so we've got Atlantic oceanic charts. Seems like we're a bit stuck here. There we go. We've also got our high altitude en route charts. Big sign on there, not for navigational purposes, because this is the exam one. So basically we just have to be able to, for example, a question would tell us we're flying from position A to position B. We'd find them on one of the charts that we've been given. And we'll be given 4 options, and we'll be told which one of these routes can we fly. And basically you've got to go through all 4 and work out, right, which one is the one I can fly. And you need to confirm that the other 3 routes can't be flown. Now, it's a good studying idea is to work out why you can't fly those routes. For example, I had a question the other day. It looked like you could have 2 of the options, when actually one of the options stated that it could only be used between a Friday and a Monday, and in the question it said we're flying on a Wednesday. So technically, that was a part-time airway, which basically means it can't always be used. So you've really got to be careful with these kinds of things. Moving on a bit further. VFR chart, we've seen that before. Bit of air traffic control jargon. Oh yes, so we've got SIDS and stars, basically their standard departures and standard arrivals, and they've all got charts for. As a matter of fact, I've just opened that, and we have Amsterdam, Netherlands, Schiphol, Schiphol, however you pronounce it, I'm always pronouncing it wrong. And some of these charts like to fold out. And they basically give all the information you need to fly a SID or a star, so they're quite good with that. You just got to make sure you read the small print as always. Particularly with flight planning, I've noticed it's not a very difficult subject, because at the end of the day you're allowed your whole Jefferson manual in. So you're allowed your whole Jefferson manual in, but the exam's not long enough to read the whole thing through, so you've got to know where everything is. But like on SIDS and stars, you can look at a symbol and think, oh dear, I've forgotten what that is. You can turn to the like the glossary, and chances are you can look up what you're missing. So yeah, that's SIDS and stars. Yeah, there's loads here. Yeah, that's Jefferson manual in a nutshell. So for our nav and instruments, you know, I had a red folder. Well, that's not going to cut it for another 2 modules, so I have started a blue one. And it's pretty thick already. So yeah, this is my flight planning and performance folder. Let's crack it open. What have I been up to? Ooh, progress test. Not too bad. What we got here? Ah, yes, CAP 698. So this covers aircraft performance. It's pretty thick. Let's see if I can find something of interest. Hang on a minute. What we got here? Oh yeah, single engine pistons landing chart. Quite lucky because there was one day last week that I was particularly unwell. Walked in and I saw single engine piston performance, and I was just like, brilliant. I've done this before. It's just a refresher. I was very tired that day and very ill, so as a matter of fact, I wasn't quite ill enough to miss a day, but I was right on that threshold. So yeah, that was fun. I was unwell, sleep deprived, and still managed to score 96 in the progress test. So obviously some brain cells were still working. Don't know how that worked. But yeah, there's lots of charts and tables that we have to work our way through. Yeah. You used to get this whole thing in the exam, but the CAA changed it fairly recently where they only provide you with the charts you're going to use, which sounds great, but unfortunately you don't get all like the glossary sections which basically tell you how to use the chart, so they've inadvertently made the exam harder. So typical CAA, they make the rules and we have to abide by them. So that's performance, basically working out, is it safe to fly the aircraft? Is like the runway long enough, or we're going to have to unload passengers or cargo so we can take off in a certain amount of distance. We've also got another cap in here somewhere. Hang on a minute. It's our flight planning one. Throat's starting to go. Still a little bit unwell at the moment, but ploughing on through. Need to drop the folder there. Tell you what. Let's put that away, because we don't need that anymore. So we've now got CAP 697, Flight Planning Manual. It's green. And it's, yeah, basically lots of numbers and tables. Let's see what we've got. For example, we've got a bit about aircraft endurance. So with this one we'd go in with pressure, altitude, and engine setting, and from that we can work out how long we're going to stay in the air for. So that's quite good if, say for example, you're flying to, I don't know, from San Francisco to Hawaii, and the airport in Hawaii, say for example someone crashes on the runway, well, you want to give them as much time as possible to clear the runway, so you'll fly your aircraft for best endurance, and then hopefully before you run out of fuel the runway will be clear and you can land on it. So that's what endurance is good for. And then you've got best range, which is obviously how far the aircraft can go on a tank of fuel. Single engine, multi-engine, MRJT, oh blimey, I forgot about these. Hang on a minute, let's see what the title is. Yeah, fuel planning. Absolute minefield of numbers. But like I said earlier, flight planning, it's not difficult. I mean, I've had a look at the question bank, and I think the hardest thing about flight planning is just working out what on earth is the examiner asking for. There's a lot of questions out there that aren't clear and they're designed to trick you. So some people will say flight planning is difficult. It's not difficult because of the syllabus, it's difficult because the questions aren't very clear. So if you can understand the question, you should walk the exam. So that's been basically my last 2 weeks. In a nutshell, basically, it's been a lot more busy than that, but we've been here for 10 minutes now, and yeah, it's getting quite long enough and my throat's going again. So what have we got on next week? Well, like I said, I'm recording this on the Monday of week 15, and I can confirm that a sim session that we booked for instruments, the one session that's been postponed twice already, I can confirm it went ahead and I've had it today, and I'm going to be reviewing it in next week's episode, so that's a little something to look forward to. So to round off this video, in the last 2 weeks we had a new class start at their ground school at CTC, so I'm going to include a little like video clip of them getting their epaulets and arriving. So on that note, I'd like to say thank you very much for watching. Feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you know, as usual, if you know someone that's interested, feel free to share the video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next week. Bye bye.
The painful bit is tomorrow, okay? This is the happy side. Okay, so level out of 60, 160, stay there.